Welcome to the Crimson Tide Connection, your home for Crimson Tide sports. And I'm joined today by the head coach of the Alabama softball team, Patrick Murphy. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Christopher, great to be here.
Coach, it's been a long season, but you had this past weekend off. How important was that to rest your team and to rest your pitching staff for the stretch run going forward?
Well, very important. I think I remember Coach Saban said, I believe either right after finals or in between some of their breaks for the national championship, that one day off was good. But 2 days off was awesome. And for us, the 3 days off was very much needed. It came at a great time. All three pitchers got to rest their arm, catchers got to rest their legs. I think, we told everybody just to, when you get a day off, that's what it means. I don't want you picking up a bat or a ball, just relax, get away from softball, get away from your team, study, pick up some of the stuff that you've probably been putting off for a long time. Finals are coming up, dead week's coming up, so this is an important time for them academically as well.
Murph, before this past weekend, you have top 10 opponents in Missouri and Texas A&M. You beat both of those teams, won both of those series. How important is it playing against that kind of competition for the stretch run going forward?
Well, we were. I did get to see a little bit of softball on TV this weekend, and just watching some of those matchups, and sitting on the couch watching it is a lot different than being in the dugout playing in it. And the SEC this year has just been incredible with, I think, 7 or 8 teams in the top 25. And every weekend is definitely a battle of definite wills and strength versus strength. And it's just incredible. And, you have an unranked team, Arkansas, going to Missouri and taking 2 out of 3 from them. And there's not a gimme this year at all. It's just, I think, with the addition of A&M and Missouri, which, are very good teams, and we were fortunate to win 2 out of 3 on the road and then 2 out of 3 at home against Missouri. It made our league that much tougher.
Speaking of taking 2 out of 3 from Missouri, one of the big performances came from Molly Fichtner during that weekend. Can you talk about her and what has she meant to this team to have someone transfer in at a catcher where you lost a great catcher in Kendall Dawson and she was able to step right in, and she's actually been pretty good at the plate too.
Yeah, I think it started. She broke her thumb maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and that was a huge downer for everybody. And our trainer Aaron Weaver has just been terrific with that injury. And little by little, Molly got to pinch hit and maybe play a little bit and maybe catch a little bit. But against Houston, she pinch hit that night, had a good at-bat, and then continued it on into the A&M series, and then continued it the whole week. She was SEC Player of the Week against Missouri, and I mean, she has stayed hot, and that's one of the things that we've not done well this year, both individually and as a team, is carry the momentum to the next game and to the next at-bat. But she has done that. She went 3 for 4, 3 for 4, 2 for 3, 2 for 4, and she stayed hot the entire time since we came home from Texas.
Well, Murphy, you've had some great games this season. You're going to have another great series this weekend against a scrappy Mississippi State Bulldogs team. They'll come in here from Starkville looking to play their best, won't they?
Well, I just got a tweet or saw a tweet from A.J. McCarron saying how many people are coming to A-Day, and I replied and I said, hey, A.J., we play at 4:30 right after your game, so roll A.J., come out and support Bama softball. And it's a tremendous weekend for sports fans in Tuscaloosa. You have football at 2, you have softball at 4:30, and you have baseball at 7:05 against LSU. So those are 3 great events. You're going to be sports to the max this weekend, and just it's going to be a good series. They're having another good year. Every SEC opponent is going to be tough, and it'll be the same thing this weekend.
As you said, Murphy, if you're an Alabama fan, you can come out here at 2 o'clock for football, 4:30 for softball, head on over to baseball at 7:05. It will be a great weekend for you. But also, something that's going to be special on Saturday is senior Courtney Conley. It'll be her day. You'll just show your appreciation for her for what she's done for this program. Can you kind of talk about her and what she's meant?
Well, I think, this senior class has been, in terms of servant leadership and selflessness, probably the tops. Last year was hard to top. Those 6 were incredible, but these 4 have always put the team first. And Courtney and her parents, they've been terrific for 4 years. She's been injured, she's been sick, she's had mouth surgeries. She's had issues with her teeth. I mean, it's been a struggle for 4 years. But she's the type of kid that she can show her teammates, whether you're a starter, a role player, injured, coming back from an injury, all those things that go through an athlete's career, she has shown them the right way to handle it. And it's, just a great kid. Her and Jackie Branham are our first two kids from the state of Missouri, and both of them have been terrific. And another cool thing about all four seniors, they're all going to graduate within 4 years, which doesn't happen very often.
That's pretty impressive. Well, Murph, on Friday, you take on Mississippi State at 6:30. You can watch that game live on Tide TV if you can't be here. Saturday is at 4:30, and that will be Courtney Conley Day. And you can also watch that game live on Tide TV if you can't be here. And then on Sunday, the game's at 1 o'clock, and it will be televised by FSN. Murph, it should be a fantastic weekend.
Yeah, and one thing that I was going to mention earlier is we're all praying and thinking about all the people in Boston, and just a incredible city, one of my favorite cities. I've been to Fenway Park, and actually, Kayla Bro, who's a senior on our team, her uncle ran in the marathon.
Really?
And finished about an hour before the two bombs went off. Had his grandparents there, or his mom and dad, and a couple of siblings of his to cheer him on, and they were right at the finish line, and they had left about an hour before, so they're safe. But we definitely want to send our condolences to everybody up there, and as they're saying, Boston's tough city, and they're going to come through it.
Yeah, Murph, it just shows you just never know, and you need to appreciate the time you have with your loved ones and friends while you can.
Exactly.
Well, Murph, I appreciate it. Good luck this weekend. It should be a great weekend here in Tuscaloosa.
Thanks a lot, Christopher.
For head coach Patrick Murphy, I'm Christopher England, and that's it for this edition of the Crimson Tide Connection.